Good evening, students. As we completed yesterday, properties of chlorine, and we are under the heading of chemical properties of chlorine. So these are about the halogens, beta. That is about the seventh A group elements of the periodic table. And but yesterday, I mean, my previous class, I completed up to the bleaching powder and composition of bleaching powder. Right now, we will go with some important properties of chlorine. That is a oxidizing and bleaching properties of chlorine. This one is the oxidizing and bleaching properties of the chlorine. So how the oxidizing and bleaching property of the chlorine can be explained? This one I will tell you. Listen here. But a chlorine can be dissolved in the water. It gives a colorless gas called as a HCl and a HOCl. So I'll write here. When this chlorine it is reacting with water, it has a tendency to form the gas. HCl gas is a colorless gas, and HOCl gas it is also the colorless gas. Right, beta? That is a colorless. Chlorine water, if you want to say na, this chlorine water. So this chlorine water is a yellow in color. Remember, this is a chlorine water, and this chlorine water is yellow in color, but it forms the gas HCl and HOCl. That is a colorless gas. But a HOCl called as a hypochlorous acid, it is unstable in its own. Means it is unstable. So in its own, it will be decomposes into again vapor of HCl and nascent oxygen. In previous class also I discussed with you. But it has a tendency to provide the nascent oxygen. So it is responsible for bleaching and oxidizing properties of chlorine. Hence, hence it is responsible for oxidizing and bleaching properties of chlorine. But HOCl no, directly you can say chlorine is responsible for oxidizing and bleaching property of chlorine. Means why the chlorine is responsible for oxidizing and bleaching property? Chlorine with water form hypochlorous acid. It has a tendency to give the nascent oxygen. But a compound which has a tendency to give nascent oxygen, that means that is a compound itself, means it has a provide tendency to provide nascent oxygen, means it can act as a oxidizing as well as bleaching property. Right, beta? Oxidizing as well as bleaching property. Take a screenshot up to here, beta. I want to explain one more. So what we can say, beta, chlorine on dissolving in the water, it forms the unstable hypochlorous acid. This hypochlorous acid has a tendency to provide nascent oxygen, and this compound which has a tendency to provide nascent oxygen is responsible for oxidizing as well as a bleaching property. But this nascent oxygen is there. If we are passing this nascent oxygen on any colored substance, this nascent oxygen, if we are passing through any colored substance, it will convert the colored substance into colorless substance. Means it will decolorize it. But a decolorizing property itself called as a what? Bleaching property. Is it clear? Chalo, note down this one. But our next one is the after this oxidizing and bleaching properties of the chlorine, the next one we'll see now oxyacids of the halogen. Very important topic beta in 7th A group. Mostly they are asking the thermal stability. They are asking the what we can say acidic nature, basic nature of these oxy acids. So the topic is that oxy acids of halogen, oxy acids of halogens. But in these halogens, if we'll talk about fluorine, fluorine has a tendency to form only one oxy acid. So I'll talk about the fluorine, but it is formed only one oxy acid can be formed by the fluorine. Do you know what is the one oxy acid can be formed by the fluorine? That is HOF. Ah, but a HOF may if you want to see fluorine की oxidation number, it is a +1. Because OH is a -1, so it should be +1. If you'll say fluorine is a -1, OH be +1. It is not possible, beta. In oxy acid, fluorine will have its positive oxidation state. Hence, its name should be written as a what? Beta F stand for fluorine, called as a fluoric. FLORIC. Then 1. 1 is the oxidation number of fluorine, and it is called as a fluoric 1 acid, or it is called as a hypofluorous acid, or it is called as a hypofluorous acid. See beta HF called as a fluoric 1 acid or hypofluorous acid. Beta remaining halogens, they have a tendency to form oxy acid of the type. So this is a fluorine over. Now remaining, but a remaining element can form oxy acids of the type, HOX. That actually HOX means I should write here, but in this way. HOX means HXO, then HXO2, then HXO3, then HXO4, depend, then HXO4. What the X indicate beta here? Halogens, right? I'll draw the table, and in the table, I want to tell you oxidation state, thermal stability, and oxidizing power, right? I'll write this table of that one, and in the table, I want to show you all the properties of these oxy acids of halogens. But the first one, I will write the oxidation state, first column. Second column, I want to show you for chlorine. Then we'll talk about the bromine, and then we'll talk about the iodine, because fluorine has a tendency to form only one oxy acid. Is it clear, beta? Chalo, very good. In this one, I want to say the first one. Beta HXO can be written as HClO. Correct? Second one, sir, HClO2. Third one, beta HClO3. Then it become HClO4. Oxidation state of chlorine you can find out here. +1, +3, +5, +7. You know na beta? -2 +1 -1 become +1. 4, 3 -3 +3. 6, 1 -5 +1. 8, 1 -7 +7. Their oxidation numbers of the halogen. But a bromine may it form only HBRO. This compound is not available with the bromine. Remaining is HBRO3 and HBRO4. So bromine cannot form the HBRO2. Iodine beta HIO, it cannot form this. It form HiO3 and it form HiO4. These are the oxy acid formed by this one, right? But see what will happen, in this case, if you'll go in this way, HClO4 to HBRO4 to HI4, in this case, their acidic nature increases. Sorry. Beta ClBr, sorry, beta. Acidic nature decreases. Means more the non-metal, greater the acidic nature. Less the non-metal, less the acidic nature. Means the compound formed by non-metal is more acidic than the compound formed by less non-metallic. This is less non-metallic, more non-metallic. Acidic nature decreases, or we can say by acidity decreases, better way. Acidity decreases. But what is in by acidity? Tendency to replace the H plus ion, we are seeing. Are you getting me? Second one. In this case, here, talk about the thermal stability. How about thermal stability? And talk about the acidic strength. Yes. But acidic strength is different and acidity is different. Acidity means it is a number of replaceable. What? All the acids are having their basicity and all the bases are having their acidity. Got the point? But in this case, I am talking about the acidity of these hypochlorous acid, which will be decreases in this order. Actually, we should not see for the iodine. We are able to see up to where? From chlorine to bromine. Acidity decreases. Thermal stability and acidic strength better. What happened here? As we are coming down the group, acidic strength, we can say increases, because as the oxidation number increases, acidic strength also increases. So I should say down the group, acidic strength increases. Thermal stability increases. But one more topic will be there, that will be called as an oxidizing power. Yeah, sir, oxidizing power decreases down the group. It is more than enough to understand this table of oxyacid of halogen. But oxidizing power decreases, thermal stability and acidic strength increases, but acidity from chlorine to bromine decreases. Chalo, I want to give now one by one order of acidic strength, order of basic strength, order of oxidizing power. Sir, but the order of acidic strength and among the oxyacid of only chlorine. So HClO, HClO2, HClO3 and HClO4. So HClO4 is more acidic in nature than HClO. But the order of basic strength now. Order of basic strength. Do you know, beta? Tendency to replace the H plus ion is acidic in nature, and the octet compound from that one is a conjugate base of the acid. But if acid is a strong, its conjugate base is a weak, and if the acid is a weak, its conjugate base is a strong. Right? Order of basic strength. But order of oxidizing power, order of oxidizing power. Bromine, iodine, and chlorine. BrO4 minus will have a more oxidizing power than IO4 minus. Then IO4 minus, and least for a ClO4 minus. Right, beta? Chalo, note down up to here. Please, beta, note down up to here. But one point I want to mention here. If they will ask the chlorine oxygen bond length, so we can write here chlorine oxygen bond length decreases from ClO negative to ClO4 negative. Chlorine oxygen bond length from here to here decreases. That means chlorine oxygen bond energy But a chlorine oxygen bond energy, it will be increases from ClO negative to ClO4 negative, but except to ClO3 negative. This is a small exception case. Please remember. Here bond energy increases from ClO negative to ClO4 negative except for ClO3 negative. Right, beta? Up to here over. Now, additional again I want to add, beta. Some poisonous gases of the chlorine. Some some poisonous gases of chlorine. But what is the poisonous gases of the chlorine will be there? The first one we can say phosgene. First one we can say phosgene. What is the formula of phosgene, beta? COCl2. Remember, huh? Phosgene. Actually, where the phosgene will form, when the chloroform it comes in contact with the sunlight, it will form the poisonous gas called as a phosgene. One more, tear gas. Yeah, CCl3NO2. CCl3NO2 is a tear gas. That is a poisonous gas formed by the chlorine. But one more is a mustard gas. Third one is the poisonous gas. That is a mustard gas. But a mustard gas means CH2 sulfur CH2. When sulfur is at the middle, then again one more CH2Cl and again one more CH2 and Cl. See beta, this is called as another poisonous gas formed by the chlorine. Please take a screenshot of this one. Over, over beta. Right. Now the another topic in the seventh group element called as a interhalogen compound. What are the interhalogen compounds are there? And what are the properties we have to learn in the interhalogen compound according to our NCERT? Interhalogen compound. But in this case, one halogen will combine with the other halogen to form the interhalogen compound. Means we can say due to this difference in the electronegativity of the halogen atom, they combine with each other and gives rise to the formation of binary covalent compound, which is called as a interhalogen compound. Right? So this interhalogen compound means this is a one halogen combined with the other halogen and form the compound of this one. But this halogen plus halogen can combine and form interhalogen compound. Shall I write beta IHC? What the IHC indicate? Interhalogen compound. But this interhalogen compound is how many, sir? This interhalogen compound is of four types. What is the four types? We'll see here in the method of preparations one by one. The first one, chlorine on combining with a fluorine. But these both are of equal volume. Both are of equal volume, but they have a tendency to combine with a temperature of 473 K and it form CLF. But what I can say, CLF means it is an interhalogen compound of a type what? One is a X and X kada. Let us say X and X dash you can make beta. It is the first type. Second one, same way chlorine on combining with a fluorine. Now in this case what? Our fluorine it is in excess. Make it 3 moles. Temperature we have to maintain according to NCRT. They are using 573 K. But what we'll get? ClF3. 3 into 2, 6. What did you saw, sir? This is a X. This is a X dash 3. Type 1, type 2. But what is a X? It is a halogen. X dash halogen. Less electronegative. X dash more electronegative. Fluorine. X less electronegative. X dash more electronegative. Fluorine. Is it clear? One is a XX, another one is a X X3. Another one, beta. Iodine. It will combine with a chlorine. Has a tendency to form the type of a ICl. That is 2 mole. So they are what? It is of the same equimolar. Equimolar of these they combine to form ICl. Right? Now, when these diluted with water, fluorine is diluted with nitrogen, fluorine is taken in freon, that we can say. One more we'll see better. It is for the, we form this one type as a XX, XX dash 3 and XX. Bromine ke liye we'll see now. Another one. So bromine on combining with a fluorine, but I want to write all the type of the bromine. So it will form BRF3 is a type, that is a beta X, X3 type. Another one, iodine combining with a fluorine. Iodine combining with a fluorine, it can form the type as a IF3, AX3 type or XX3 type, right? Bromine on combining with a fluorine and it form the compound AX5, yes, BRF5. Tendency to form beta 5 into 2, 10, so make it 5 mole. Here iodine should be in the form of I2, IF3, make it 2, 3 into 2, 6, make it 3 mole. So these are the types are forming here. But here it is formed at minus of 78 degree centigrade according to NCRT value. And this fluorine, it must be in excess. Then only it will form the type of XX dash 5 type of the compound. Right? Now the properties will write here. Properties in the sense which one is gas, which one is liquid, and what is the important uses of that one. That part will write, right? But among these all interhalogen compound which was given in the NCRT, they are saying these are the gases. Which one you know? ClF is the gas. BRF is the gas. But a 1 is to 1 type. 1 is to 1, 1 is to 3, 1 is to 5, 1 is to 7 also there. ClF3 gas. IF7 gas. Right? ClF3 gas, IF7 gas, ClF gas, BRF gas. Liquid BRF3, BRF3 liquid, BRF5 liquid. Directly you can buy it. Given separately in the NCRT, but we have collected on one place. So liquid BRF3, BRF5. Solid, solid. Beta ICl, solid. IBR, solid. Beta 1 is to 1, 1 is to 1. IF3, solid. It is a 1 is to 3 interhalogen compound. ICl3, solid. So anyhow, you have to buy these properties of we can say interhalogen. But the interhalogen compounds are more reactive than the parent halogens. This is the one more point. Shall I write here? IHC interhalogen compounds, they are they are more reactive than they are more reactive than parent halogens. I mean to say, if you want to talk the reactivity of ClF3 with Cl2 and F2 beta, it is more reactive than that Cl2 and fluorine. Why it is more reactive than that of uh, parent halogen, right? But it is here more reactive than parent halogen, but but less reactive, less reactive than fluorine. Correct, beta? Interhalogen compounds are more reactive than the parent halogen, but it is less reactive than that of a fluorine. This is a point to remember important properties of halogen. Reason is there, beta. See why it is more reactive. Two halogens are very near to each other. Each halogen atoms are having their lone pair surrounding to each other. Lone pair repulsion. Due to that, it want to go away. As it want to go away, bond can be broken easily. Bond can be broken easily. Compound become less stable. Less the stable, more the reactive. They won't ask the reason and all. We should know this point. But the uses also we can write about this interhalogen compound. But the important uses are their use as non-aqueous solution, use as non-aqueous solution. Again, they can be also be used as direct fluorinating agent, direct fluorinating agent. Use of this interhalogen compound they are talking. But a ClF3 and BrF3 are used for the production of ClF3 and BrF3 are used are used in the production of beta uranium compound called as a UF6 in the production of UF6 in the enrichment of uranium 235 uranium of enrichment of uranium 235 reaction also I'll write here uranium solid form what we are using beta ClF3 it will combine with it and it form what uranium hexafluoride in the form of gas fluorine 6 means make it 2 chlorine how many F6 na beta make it 3 3 in 3 9 6 came remaining 3 left with you 3 fluorine and uranium ha beta chlorine also 3 fluorine also 3 3 ClF and this ClF is exists in the form of what gas so this is the reaction ClF3 and BrF3 are used in the production of uranium F6 in the enrichment of uranium 235. It is the important uses of interhalogen compound given in NCERT. Right? Take a note. Now compound formed by chlorine is beta hydrochloric acid HCl. Compound formed by chlorine is a hydrochloric acid HCl. But I want to take only that point where which is given in our NCERT, not more than that. No use of this one beta. Even in TT exam, IIT exam, mains exam, MCET, nothing they will ask. They will ask whatever there it is there in our textbook. Right? No need to go with extra. So beta hydrogen chloride HCl is the compound. Sir, Glauber Glauber. Right beta? Prepared this acid in 1648. But Davy Davy But Davy in 1810 show that it is a compound of hydrogen and chlorine. It is a compound of how about it is a compound of hydrogen and chlorine. Example I'll show you. Preparation method. Sir, it is a salt. How about NaCl is a salt, and this NaCl is a salt on combining with the acid. According to NCERT, temperature is 420 K. Salt and acid, what it form? Bisulfate. How about it use H and taking the Cl, forming HCl, we got the bisulfate. Same bisulfate is there. This again on treated with a but excess of the salt. What is that? NaCl. Temperature 823 Kelvin. And now it gives rise to sodium sulfate. Na2, right? SO4. And I got here as a HCl. But whatever the HCl gas is there, it can be dried by passing through the concentrated sulfuric acid. So I should say HCl gas can be dried by passing through concentrated sulfuric acid because it acts as a dehydrating agent. If any moisture present on the HCl gas was absorbed by what? Concentrated sulfuric acid. Method of preparation. Sir, we'll talk about the properties of HCl also. Yes, sir. Very important. Properties of HCl. See here now. Properties of HCl. Take a screenshot, beta. Beta, it react with the vapor of ammonia. Hana beta. HCl, it reacts with the vapor of ammonia and it gives white fumes of NH4Cl. Maybe you learn in states of matter में बेटा when vapors of ammonia HCl vapor will combine together, it found the white fumes of a ring at a particular distance, and they will ask us at what distance the ring will form. Correct? Very good. Ammonia on react with HCl to form the white fumes of ammonium chloride. But the second important property is that 3 part of concentrated HCl and 1 part of concentrated HNO3 3 part of concentrated HCl and 1 part of concentrated HNO3. But they are mixed together and what does it form? Aqua regia. Very good, sir. What it forms, sir? It forms aqua regia. But aqua regia is used for what? Dissolving noble metals. What is a noble metal? Gold and platinum. Aqua regia, which is used to dissolve noble metals like gold and platinum. Yeah, beta. If you want to see the reaction, I'll show you. Up to here, you write on, beta. I'll show the complete reaction, whatever given in the NCERT for this one. Sir, gold, AU, acidic medium, H plus. On combining with what, beta? Nitric acid, NO3 minus. HCl is there, Cl minus. Gold, acidic medium, H plus, Cl minus, NO3 minus. Beta, what it forms? Salt. One more, NO gas. Then H2O gas. Platinum beta, PT. Acidic medium, H plus. Nitric acid, NO3 minus. Chloride, Cl minus. Salt formed by platinum, PtCl6 2 minus. But here AuCl4 minus. Here PtCl6 2 minus with a NO gas and water gas. But if you want to balance it, 1:4:1:4. But here 3:16:4:18. You by head it, no problem बेटा. 1 is to 1 is to 2 and 6 का था बेटा 3 is to 4 is to 8.